Wine, wake up. He poked his fingers in your cheeks. That made you make weird faces. He was trying to wake you up from last 5 minutes as you were getting late for college, but you didn't even budge from your place. It was first day of your college after vacations. God, it feel like I'm babysitting. Did I really got married? Or did I open a baby care center? He wondered while trying to wake you up. Let me sleep. Don't disturb me. You opened your eyes and again drifted to sleep after slapping his hand, which was pinching your cheeks. Jungkook couldn't help but chuckle at your adorable antics. He leaned in closer, his warm breath tickling your ear. Come on, sleepyhead. It's a beautiful morning, and we have got a whole day ahead of us. You don't want to waste it sleeping, do you? You grumbled in response, your eyes still closed, and your face buried in the soft pillow. I promise I won't disturb you if you wake up now. Just for today, I'll be the best babysitter husband ever. You finally cracked a smile, though your eyes remained shut. Jungkook took this as a small victory and continued his mission to wake you up from your slumber. He gently traced his fingers along your cheeks, leaving a trail of feather-light kisses from your ear to your neck. How about a good morning kiss to help you wake up? Your lips curved into a slight smile, and you slowly opened your eyes. The sight of Jungkook's loving gaze made you forget about your drowsiness. You blinked a few times, trying to focus on his handsome face. You really are the best babysitter husband ever, aren't you? You said softly. Only for you, my love. You yawned and stretched, finally sitting up in a bed. Jungkook wrapped his arm around you, pulling you close. Now let's start this beautiful day together, just like a loving couple should. With that, two of you shared a sweet, lingering kiss that sent a warm, loving energy. You realized that being married to Jungkook was the best decision you have ever made. You both got married 3 years ago. He's your father's close friend's son. At first, you didn't want to get married this soon. When your parents told you that a proposal came, you were initially hesitant, to say the least. Marriage was not something you had thought about seriously, and you had your own plans and dreams to pursue. But when they revealed that the proposal was for Jungkook, someone who had been a friend, a source of unwavering support in your life, you began to see the potential for something beautiful. Jungkook smiled as he watched you get out of bed, ready to face the first day of college after the vacation. You came from the bathroom fully prepared for the day, only to find Jungkook getting ready for work. He was dressed in black three-piece suit, looking incredibly dashing, and you couldn't help but admire his sense of style. Not even girls get ready for their own weddings that much, but you took so much time to get ready for the office. I wonder whom you are trying to impress. You pouted, crossing your arms. A glint of jealousy and annoyance was shown in your tone. Jungkook, in front of the mirror, couldn't help but suppress a smile as he finished adjusting his tie. He turned to you with a mischievous glint in his eyes, moving closer to whisper in your ear. Well, I thought it was just you I needed to impress every day. He gave you a sly wink, leaving you momentarily flustered. He then grabbed his briefcase and made his way toward the door. You know, these are the signs of a truly flirty man, you said, rolling your eyes as you followed him out of the room, grabbing your bag. Jungkook shook his head, a playful smile tugging at the corner of his lips as he started the car, seeing your silky face. The ride was initially silent, but you couldn't help yourself from continuously side-eyeing him. And being not able to control more, you finally blurted out the question which was roaming in your mind. Do you have a male or female as your secretary? You tried to sound nonchalant, as if it didn't matter to you, but the question was sudden, and Jungkook was visibly surprised. He briefly took his eyes off the road to look at you. You, however, keep your gaze fixed outside the window, pretending you weren't too interested in the answer. Generally, it would be girls. You cut him off, your voice suddenly bright up. And yours must be a boy, right? You instantly interrupted his words, turning your attention toward him with a glint of happiness in your voice. Jungkook raised an eyebrow, clearly amused and slightly taken back by your abrupt curiosity. Generally, if it's girls in the secretary role, why would I do something different? With his response, Jungkook returned his focus to the road, leaving you in a somewhat jealous state. A girl as a secretary? What if she keeps her eye on my man? Oh, why does he have to be so handsome? And why does he go to the office looking like he is attending a party? Your thoughts swirled with a mixture of curiosity, jealousy, and a growing desire to protect what was rightfully yours. He was enjoying your jealous state. He was trying his best not to burst in laugh. He very well knows what's going on in his wife's mind. Jungkook smoothly pulled the car over in front of your college gate. Lost in your thoughts, you barely noticed as he leaned over, unfastened your seatbelt, and gently pulled you on his laps and kissed you. What are you doing? We are in front of my college. You lightly slapped his shoulder, a mix of embarrassment and shyness in your voice. Jungkook chuckled softly, his arms wrapping around you protectively as he reluctantly let you go. All right, I won't distract you any further. But remember, I'll be right here to pick you up when you are done with your classes. I love you. As you opened the car door to step out, Jungkook's word warmed your heart, and you couldn't help but place a quick, affectionate kiss on the corner of his lips before running to your classes. He chuckled and shook his head and goes to his office. After your classes had ended for the day, you decided to call Jungkook as usual to have him pick you up. So you dialed his number. Hey love, I'm so sorry, but I have to attend an important meeting. I won't be able to pick you up today. You understood that work could get busy even for him. Just as you were about to suggest calling a taxi, you overheard a voice in the background on Jungkook's end of the call. It was his secretary. Mr. Jungkook, your tie is a bit crooked. Let me fix it for you. You couldn't see the scene, but the mere mention of Jungkook's secretary wanting to adjust his tie sparked a wave of jealousy in your heart. You don't like the idea of another woman being so close to him, even if it was just to straighten his tie. You booked a cab and was heading to your home. Throughout the whole ride, your mind was occupied with the image of Jungkook's secretary adjusting his tie. You couldn't shake the nagging feeling of jealousy, so you decided to head straight to Jungkook's office. How can I help you? She asked you as she didn't know you. You both didn't reveal your marriage to media, only your family and close friends know about it. The reason was simple. You didn't want to become a hot topic while you were still completing your studies. Before you say something to her, glass door on your right side opened and Jungkook appeared followed by his manager and secretary. She was almost running behind him, trying to match his quick pace, and was explaining something to him, showing tab in her hands with long witch-like nails. Jungkook continued to walk, anger radiating from his every step. He made his way into the elevator. The manager and the secretary both exchanged glances with worried expression on their faces as they entered behind him. Seeing Jungkook's dominating aura, you couldn't help but be surprised. The contrast between the loving and caring husband you know and the powerful commanding presence he had at work was astonishing. His every step exuded authority. You feel disappointed at Jungkook walked right past you without noticing your presence, leaving you stranded in the balcony. You sighed in frustration and turned your attention back to the receptionist who had been staring at Jungkook with honey-filled eyes and was still daydreaming about him. If only he had noticed me, I could be the one by his side, she mumbled with her cheeks flushed with colors. You couldn't help but scoff at her distracted state, and you banged on her desk to snap her back to reality. Startled, she jumped out of imagination. Oh, how can I help you? She asked, being flustered. You glared at her, a mixture of anger and irritation in your eyes. To hell with your help. With that, you turned on your heels and dashed toward the elevator. The receptionist, shocked by your sudden move, watched you with wide eyes as you headed toward the restricted area. Ma'am, you can't go there without an appointment. Ignoring her words, you pressed the elevator button and the door closed just in time before she arrives. As the elevator ascended, the receptionist quickly informed the security guards and made her way to the staircase, determined to reach the upper floors and prevent any unauthorized access to the office area. Jungkook was walking back and forth furiously. The meeting didn't go well as they lost their important file. "How can you people be so careless?" he said, glaring at them. Both manager and his secretary were standing with their head hung low. Just then, door burst open with third sound. You barged inside the office as the guards were running after you. You bumped into Jungkook, making him stumble backward. He didn't understand what just happened. He became shocked from the sudden situation. From your familiar scent, he recognized that it was you. He immediately placed his arms around you, preventing you from falling. He can feel your heartbeat, which was beating so rapidly. You were gasping for air. He glares at the security guard who made you scared by running after you. "Sir, are you okay?" She immediately came forward, pulled you from Jungkook. He looked at her with really intense and kinda scary eyes as you pulls you away from him. He then looked at the guards who made you scared. Feeling Jungkook's stares, the guards become nervous. "Sir," she barged in without permission. One of them quickly gave an explanation. "Out." With a single word he ordered the guards and the receptionist to leave the room. They walked out quickly. Jungkook gently rubbed your back to relax you and made you sit on the chair. Jungkook's secretary was shocked to see how he was being gentle and caring toward you. Normally he acted cold and distant at work. She had a crush on him and wanted to get his attention. She tried many times to impress him, but he only treated her professionally. "You both go and do arrangements for the meeting. I want this project at all cost." He then looked at the manager and the secretary and banged his hands on the table and warned them. They both nodded and left, but his secretary's eyes were continuously on you until she left the room. Jungkook secured his office by locking the door, making sure no one could enter. Now it was just you and him in a private space, away from the eyes and interruptions of others. "If you had told me you were coming, I would not have let them chase after you." He walked over to you and lifted you onto a table, his hands resting on your waist. "This is my office too. I can come as I want." Jungkook placed his hands on either side of you and gently kissed your forehead. "Of course, it's your office, and I am all yours too." He buried his head in your neck, taking deep breath in your scent, which made his anger flee away. "Someone might come," you stammered, looking at the locked door as it's locked. He smiled, tracing his finger over your lips, and started kissing you. You both lost in each other. On the other hand, everyone in the office was really curious about why their strict boss hadn't kicked out the girl who barged into his office. They were trying to figure out what was going on. Some thought there might be a romantic thing happening between the boss and the girl. "Have you noticed? The boss has not kicked her out yet." "Yeah, it's strange. Why is she still in there? Do you think she's like his girlfriend or something?" "I don't know, but he's never let anyone linger in his office like that." They were gossiping or guessing all sort of things, like maybe they were having a secret romance or hiding a relationship. As the gossip spread around the office, frustrated with the persistent gossip swirling around the office, Jungkook's secretary reached her breaking point. Unable to bear any longer, she sternly comforted her colleagues with a furious tone. "Enough with the rumors. She is not his lover or girlfriend." "I thought she was his girlfriend." "Well, you thought wrong. Now get back to work, and stop making up stories," she said, rolling her eyes. Even though she tried to act, everyone could see she was really anxious. She kept looking nervously at Jungkook's office door, desperately wanted to know what is happening inside. She always acted like she and Jungkook had a special connection, bossing around people as if she owned this place. But everyone knew that Jungkook didn't care about her at all. "I should go. Let me be." You stop him by placing your hand on his chest. Jungkook looked at your flustered face with a warm smile. Then why did you come if you are leaving so soon? You then remembered the reason why you had entered Jungkook's office. I got, I don't know. He gently cupped your face with his hands. No need to be jealous, my love. I'm only yours. You have nothing to worry about. No one can come between us. He chuckled, pecked your nose, and whispered softly in your ear. His warm breath tickled your ear, and his words sent a tingling sensation down your spine. You blushed deeply, realizing that he had not only understood your thoughts, but was now teasing you about it. He gazed at your flushed face with a warm smile in his eyes, gently rubbing his cheeks against yours. You closed your eyes, holding onto his shirt lightly. Okay, let's go home, he said softly and helped you stand up. You stood there nervously, fidgeting with your fingers, as now you were too embarrassed to go outside after the entrance you made. Jungkook took his phone and car keys, then you both exited the room. Jungkook guided you out of the office, his arms protectively around you as you walked together toward the elevator. The office floor was still buzzing with whispers and curious glances. As the elevator doors opened, Jungkook pressed the button for the ground floor. Well, that was an unexpected adventure today. You made quite an entrance today, he said, smirking. I can't believe I did that. It's not like me, you said, rolling your eyes. Well, I kinda like it. It shows your care. The elevator doors opened, revealing the busy lobby. You both walked toward the exit. The receptionist who had been the source of your frustration earlier were looking at you both with widened eyes. As you and Jungkook stepped out of the office building, the blinding flashes of cameras greeted you along with the paparazzi and reporters shouting questions. The sudden attack of media attention was overwhelming and you instinctively tightened your grip on Jungkook's arm, feeling a bit uneasy. Mr. John, is she your girlfriend? Who is she? What's the real story behind your relationship? The questions kept coming, each one louder than the last, making it difficult to think. However, Jungkook remained composed, shielding you. No comments for now, he said sternly. He guided you through the crowd, the reporters continuing to pushing their questions. The flashing cameras seemed to intensify, and you could feel your anxiety rising. Jungkook, sensing your discomfort, wrapped his arm around you protectively and quickened his pace. Just stay close to me. We'll get through this. The security team tried their best to create a path, but the reporters were eager. Are you both married? Tell us about your love story. As you reached the car, he swiftly opened the door for you and made you sit inside. The moment the car door closed, the noise from the outside were muffled. Jungkook sat inside, took a deep breath, and turned to you, his eyes softening as he noticed your uneasy expressions. It's okay, just breathe. He comforted you as it was the first time for you to face such situation. You nodded, trying to steady your breathing. He gently squeezed your hands, offering a reassuring smile. The car started moving, leaving the chaos behind. As you approached your house, Jungkook parked the car and turned to you. Are you feeling better now? Yeah, I am. Thank you for handling everything back then. Always, my love. Now, let's go inside. I'll make it up to you with your favorite dinner. Jungkook opened the door for you, and you both walked toward the front door. As you entered the house, you felt a sense of warmth and security. Jungkook prepared a simple yet comforting meal, and you sat together at the dining table. After dinner, you both go to the bedroom. Vine, there's something I want to talk to you about. You looked at him curious as he sat down beside you on the bed. I had planned to announce our marriage officially, like a proper reception after your exams, since it's your last year. But after today's incident, I think we should clarify things sooner. The media attention, the rumors at the office. I don't want any misunderstanding about us. I want people to know that you are not just someone I am protecting. You are the person I love, and we are building a life together. You listened attentively, realizing the weight of his words. The idea of clarifying your relationship publicly felt necessary. What do you think? Are you okay with it? I trust you. If you think it's the right time, then I am okay with it. He pulled you into a warm embrace. Thank you for understanding me, love. As you rested in his arms, you couldn't help but feel grateful for the bond you shared, and then you both fell asleep. The day finally arrived. Friends, family, and colleagues were gathered in a party held by Jungkook. You and Jungkook made your entrance hand in hand. The room fell silent, and all eyes turned toward the couple, curious and eager to witness the moment unfold. Thank you all for being here tonight. I'm not here for grand speeches, but there's something I want to share. Today is a special day. I want to officially introduce someone incredibly important in my life, someone who has been my pillar of support. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Vine, my wife. He turned to you, a loving smile playing on his lips. A collective gasp echoed throughout the room. The reactions of Jungkook's secretary and colleagues stood out most. Jungkook's secretary, who had a crush on him, stood frozen, her eyes wide with shock. The revelation hit her like a tidal wave, and she struggled to process the reality unfolding before her. The dreamy admiration she had held for Jungkook shattered. Colleagues exchanged surprised glances, their jaw dropping at the unexpected revelation. They had various speculations, but none of them had predicted that the mystery woman was his wife. Suddenly the room erupted in applause and cheers, and the camera flashes captured the joyous moment. Vine, thank you for standing by me through it all. I'm proud to call you my wife, and I look forward to sharing the rest of our lives together. He pulled you closer to stand by his side as he spoke those heartfelt words. You couldn't have asked for a more perfect moment. After 4 years of a loving marriage, you and Jungkook were blessed with a beautiful 1-year-old baby boy named John Jungwon. His arrival brought immense joy and added a new chapter to your family story. It was time for Jungkook to come home. You were trying from last 1 hour to make your little angel sleep. It was a challenge as his little eyes were filled with curiosity, making it difficult for him to settle down. Gently holding him, humming a lullaby, you were walking back and forth. Finally, after countless efforts, he was finally asleep. You gently placed him on the bed and sighed while stretching your back. Just then doorbell ring indicated Jungkook's arrival. Tired from a long day, he entered the room, but as soon as his eyes met yours and landed on his son, fatigue seemed to melt away. Hey love, how was your day? You greeted him with a warm smile. Jungkook's tired expression transformed into excited one as he approached his little one. He softly touched Jungwon's cheeks. Hey there, little buddy. Did you have a good day with mommy? I can't wait to play with him. What do you say? Should I wake him up? He asked you. No, Jungkook. You know how hard it was to get him to sleep. Let's not disturb his sweet dreams. You chuckled, gently shaking your head. Jungkook nodded, and he placed a tender kiss on your forehead. He then goes to freshen up. Jungkook, watch him. I know I need to go to bathroom. You asked him when he came back. Okay. You entered the bathroom, hoping for a moment of peace to freshen up. When you came out of the bathroom, the scene in front of you caught you by surprise and made you pause. Why did you wake him up? It was so difficult to get him to sleep. But soon your frustration melted away as you observed the adorable father-son bonding in front of you. Little Jongwon was laughing while Jungkook was kissing him non-stop. Dada, he clapped his tiny hands in delight. What? I can't go to sleep without playing with him. He defended himself while looking at you. After coming home from work, he always enjoys playing around with his son. Okay, play. Play as much as you want, but now you will make him sleep. I want to lay down for some time. My back hurts. Do whatever your father's son wants. Don't worry, you rest. I will make him sleep. We won't disturb mommy, right, Jongwon? He said, tickling Jongwon, making him giggle. He was playing with him but noticed something weird. Oh, what happened? Nothing. I think it's time to change his diaper. You stay there, I will do it. Jungkook were attempting to change Jungwon's diaper. The baby decided it was the perfect time for a surprise of his own. Just as he lifted his legs to put on a fresh diaper, Jungwon unleashed a sudden stream directly on Jungkook's. Jungkook's eyes widened in disbelief. Time seemed to slow down for a moment, his expression frozen in shock. The realization of what just happened registered on his face, and his eyebrows shot up in surprise. For a moment he just stood there, wet and bewildered. Did he just? Did he just? He blinked rapidly. You stared Jungkook in shock for a moment before bursting into laughter. The baby seems pleased with his work, giggled along with you. Jungkook couldn't help but also burst into laughter. Well, someone's got impressive aim. Well played, little man. As you both exchanged glances, the laughter intensified, turning unexpected moment into a light-hearted experience.